And now a first down following that long gain. They go play action here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll look to throw now on first down. Caught here by Griffin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he's had problems here early in his career with interceptions in the red zone, and that rears its ugly head again there.
And you know what happens, too, is that even when you have those issues, your offensive coordinator, your quarterback coach is trying to give you confidence in that situation. And they may...
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And now out comes Houston. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And, of course, coming off the safety the last time they had the football. I never want that.
No, that's pretty unique, too, isn't it? When you give up points that way and the scoreboard, you look up and it says 2-0, it can throw you a little bit. Let's see if they can put that to the side and move forward.
He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And they'll run it here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
3 yards to go here on 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And it's 3rd and short. And Mr. Cooper Amari, a headliner in this offensive unit.
Brandon, it's rare that you get guys so polished coming out of college. But Amari Cooper has carried himself like a pro probably since he was 6 years old. He is a terrific talent.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. They come out here in the eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us. And then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line. And they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
Give them 11 on the gain there. And that'll be good for an Oakland first down.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now the rookie from Southern Miss, it's Jalen Richard. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
Love the run right there. And when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finished product. He's a little bit raw, but you can see why people liked him. Those types of runs make you think there's plenty more there, and we'll see if that continues for him.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Carr. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They come out here in the eye, and they'll try and burn some clock with a sneak. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. Interesting, a chip shot field goal here would give them the lead, but instead, they're going on 4th down.
All right, here we go.
And now here's a sneak, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carr, his first touchdown on the year, and the Raiders have taken the lead. Well, they just put a little sizzle in their steak there. First quarter, 4th and goal, run it in. A boost.
I think they showed confidence in their defense by going for it. That's telling their defense, look, we're counting on you guys, and we know that we believe in you because we go for it here. Even if we don't get it, get field position on our side, and you'll stop them. Instead, they put it in the end zone and tally up 6 points.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Ten yards still left on second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The first time All-Pro in 2015, Khalil Mack. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Here we go now.
Now on third and long, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Second down, here's Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Throw on second down. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. There's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Hopkins, the one receiver right. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll drop to throw. He finds his target, Fuller. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Now back to throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. On the move to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down. Here's Shane Leckler now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Raiders will take possession. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
All right, here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Carr. He sets to fire deep. And got his man complete. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 3rd down, just 1 yard to go. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. Now Carr. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that'll push the lead up to 8. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
This one complete. It's C.J. Fedorowicz. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. And quickly, they get to the line. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And now the Texans are within a 2-point conversion of tying up this game. So they're going to go for 2. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Airing one deep for Crabtree. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
To throw his car. He's going to take another shot here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And they're going to go soft on the corners. The final shot here before half for Carr. And incomplete on the deep ball. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando, he's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Carr now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Second down following the incompletion. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Finds Roberts left side. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Second down following the run. To throw, it's Carr. Looking deep for Crabtree. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Throwing his Carr on third down. This one caught left side by Cooper. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. Here we go on fourth down with Carr. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw here is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. They'll drop to throw. And that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now let's see what his offense can do. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's get credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. They come up in an offset eye. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And frankly, Brendan, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Now Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Seven yards remain now on 3rd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Cooper's got it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. On 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Here's Wolford over the middle. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Carr again. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. On play action, now Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd and short.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job. Way to knock it down.
This defense has held on so far. Now from the 3, this is 3rd and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have moved out in front. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one's incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. It's complete to Fuller. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll go with the keeper. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and sneak it here.
One of the hallmarks of their success this year, they've been fearless on 4th down. And they convert another one right here to move the chains.
Miller, the lone setback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got Fuller. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his. Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Gets it to Strong. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And his kick is right through. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
If you love pressure,
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the 2nd half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football that will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They'll throw here out of the gun. Caught here by Griffin. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to float this one deep. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there. Carter Cooper, 56 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, here's Carr. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for... And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And the D looking like they may blitz. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, my evil, reckless brother's on my shoulder screaming, go for it, but I just knocked him off. You can't do that here. Field goal's a chip shot. Take the points. No way you can let this possession end without getting some points.
So a lot rides now on the big left leg of Sebastian Janikowski. This to tie things up in the final minute. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. And he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return, and they've taken the lead. This game wasn't tied for long. How about that? A big return here in the 4th.
And this is that time of game where every big play is magnified. 4th quarter, kick return for a touchdown. You've got to feel great about your chances at this stage of the game.
Yeah, they regain the lead. Now we'll see if they can hold it. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one...
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. Exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And that 2 points you would think should end any thoughts here of a possible comeback.
Yeah, they had a long field ahead of them anyway, but now 2 scores down, you can just about chalk this one up for lost.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is taken at the 15. Charles, in this one, I think the...